Okay, so I'm here with this channel just purely for this educational purpose, and I'm not expecting any more. I will be very happy if a single person is happy seeing this channel, or if at least a single person had viewed this channel. Okay, so today I'm dealing about this diabetes mellitus, which is a familiar clinical condition, and most probably it's a common, yeah, nowadays. Okay, so diabetes mellitus, it is a metabolic disease due to absolute or relative insulin deficiency. More appropriately, is disorder of fuel metabolism. Okay, so I had prepared this note just what referring Vasudevan textbook. I mean textbook of biochemistry Vasudevan by DM Vasudevan, and many other textbooks like Sathyanarayanan and Deb Jyothi. So it's a collaborate notes. Okay, so diabetes mellitus is a common clinical condition. About 10% of the total population and 1 by 5th of the person above age 50 is suffering from this disease. Okay, so according to me, there is a slogan that is read, read, and revise. Okay, so to study with me, you have to read it twice. In fact, you have to read it twice and study in this third reading. Okay, so about this first reading, so 1 by 5th of the person above age is suffering from this disease. It's a major cause for morbidity and mortality. Okay, so when we are talking about this history of this, I mean, like, just like it's not like a social history and all. I just want to talk about this word, from where does this name came and all. So this term is derived from a Greek word which means can be separated as diabetes and mellitus. Diabetes means dia, through, and benin, to go. Literally, it means to pass through. Okay. So, Aretas, a Cappadocian physician of 2nd century, wrote, the epithet diabetes has been assigned to the disorder being something like passing of water by a siphon. Siphon means like what? Just like a pipe to pass through. Okay, so and characterized it as being a melting down of flesh and limbs into urine. Wow, imagine if our flesh and limbs are just getting melted and just passing through urine. If a clinical condition like that existed, wow, I can't imagine. Okay, so about Mellitus, it is a Greek word which means sweet, and Charaga in 400 BC in his treatise gives an elaborate clinical description of Madhumeha. Madhumeha means it is a honey-like urine. He had the vision that carbohydrate and fat metabolism are altered in this disease. Okay, so in Western literature, one who named Thomas Willis in 1670, he noticed that the sweet taste of this diabetic urine, and Matthew Dobson in 1776 showed that sweetness of this urine is due to sugar. So Bouchard and Pillgott in 1838 proved that sugar of diabetic urine is glucose. Okay, so about this qualitative test for urine sugar was done by Hermann Filling in 1848, and I'm sure that Filling's test is familiar for you. Okay, so, and semi-quantitative test which is done by Francis Benedict 1908. Okay, so that's all about this introduction. So our first R part is over, and about the second R, diabetes mellitus is a metabolic disease due to absolute or relative insulin deficiency. More appropriately, it is a disorder of fuel metabolism. It's a common clinical condition. About 10% of total population and 1 by 5th of the person above age 50 is suffering from this disease. It's a major cause for morbidity and mortality, and it's derived from a Greek word that is dia and benin, through, to go, literally means pass through. Aretas, a Cappadocian physician of 2nd century, wrote that the epithet diabetes has been assigned to the disorder being something like passing of water by a siphon, and characterized it as melting down of the flesh and limbs into urine. And about mellitus, it is a Greek word means sweet. Charaga in 400 BC in his treatise gives an elaborate clinical description of Madhumeha, which is honey-like urine. He had the vision that carbohydrate and fat metabolism are altered in this disease. And about in Western literature, it was Thomas Willis in 1670 noticed the sweet taste of diabetic urine, and it was Matthew Dobson in 1776 showed that sweetness of urine is due to sugar. Bouchard and Pelligot in 1838 proved that sugar of diabetic urine is glucose, and this qualitative test for urine sugar was done by Hermann Filling and in 1848 for the first time, and semi-quantitative test was done by Francis Benedict in 1908. Okay, so now it's about this third R part, that is to revise. So please close your eyes and just try to recall what I am saying now. Okay, so diabetes mellitus is a metabolic disease due to absolute or relative insulin deficiency, more appropriately a disorder of fuel metabolism. It's common clinical condition. About 10% of total population and 1 by 5th of the person above age 50 is suffering from this disease. It's a major cause for morbidity and mortality, and term is derived from Greek word. Diabetes means dia, through, and benin means to go, literally means pass through. Aratus, a Cappadocian physician of 2nd century, wrote that the epithet diabetes has been assigned to the disorder with something passing of water by a siphon. And interesting part is he has characterized it as melting down of the flesh and limbs into urine. And what about mellitus? It's about meaning sweet. Okay, so Charaga in 400 BC in his treatise had given an elaborate clinical description of madhumeha. Okay, madhu, which means honey like urine. He had the vision that carbohydrate and fat metabolisms are altered. Okay, it was Thomas Willis in 1670 noticed the sweet taste of diabetic urine, and Matthew Dobson in 1776 showed that sweetness of urine is due to sugar. Bouchard and Pelligot in 1838 proved that the sugar of diabetic urine is glucose, and qualitative test for urine sugar was done by Hermann Filling in 1848, and semi-quantitative tests were done by Francis Benedict in 1908. So that's all about this introduction part. So I will be with this next video, and I will be talking about this detailed part. So till then, be thorough with this current portions. Okay, I will be back. Bye.